many times have you heard people say, I enjoy what I do? I mean, we hear folks say something like, I love what I do. My work makes me feel good. Or my work makes me feel like I'm helping. Or in my work, I serve others. Here's my question. Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy it? To enjoy is to take delight or pleasure in something. Do you have fun doing it? That's my question. That's the question of the day. That's the topic of the day. Do you enjoy what you do? In all the jobs that I had, and I've had a lot of jobs, from being a scorekeeper for softball games to being a cashier at a grocery store, from being a sandwich maker at a fast food restaurant to being a caseworker working for social service agency to being a HR director working for another social service agency to owning my own business. There has been something from each of those items or those jobs that I enjoyed. Something. My first job right out of high school, I was a scorekeeper. I didn't like sitting in the sun for multiple games. That wasn't fun. But I enjoyed watching the kids who won the game celebrate. As a cashier, I didn't like the mean looks I would get because my line was long, because I wasn't scanning the items fast enough. But I enjoyed talking with the other cashiers and baggers and feeling part of the team. As a sandwich maker at a fast food restaurant, I didn't like being by the hot grill because it was hot. And I didn't like making sandwich after sandwich after sandwich. I'm not going to say what fast food restaurant I worked at, but I'll say to make the sandwich, it was white, red, green, white, red, green, white mayonnaise, red ketchup, green pickles, white onions, red tomatoes, and then the lettuce. I remember that all those 100 years ago, because it was white, red, green, because I made that many sandwiches. I didn't enjoy it, but I enjoyed when the customers thanked me for making the sandwich that they wanted. For all my jobs, I can name things that I don't like. Even now, in owning my own business, I can list 100 things that I don't really like. But I can name probably that many more things that I do enjoy about my company or about my work. The world now is so busy. If there's one social media platform, there's 100. And on each platform, there are thousands of people telling you what to do to get more attention, what to do to increase your followers, what to do to grow your business, to journal better, to sleep better, how long you should sit, how long you should stand, walking in the sun for 3 hours, take a cold plunge, take a hot sauna, eat keto, be a vegan, invest in crypto, buy NFTs, and what your resume should look like. Do they enjoy what they do? What does enjoy what you do really feel like anyway? That's my question for you today. What does enjoy what you do in your work, in your career, in your passion, in your projects? What does that feel like for you? It's short and sweet message today. Do you enjoy what you do? I want to say happy International Women's Day to all the amazing women out there. And I want to say we are hiring. If you're in Georgia and you're looking for a veterinarian technician position, if you're looking for a veterinary receptionist position, if you're looking for a job coach position, if you're looking for a DDP position, If you're looking for a case management position, we're hiring. We're hiring in every arena that I am their HR person, we're hiring. So tell a friend, refer a friend in Georgia, veterinarian technician, veterinarian receptionist, job coach, DDP position, case management position. Enjoy what you do, because what else is there? So that was the end of my speech. I want to thank everybody for coming on my live today. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. So I'm opening up the session on Facebook. Let me see if there are any questions. I got woohoo. My first job too was, which one was your first job? Was it one of the ones that I named? What was your first job? On Facebook, on Instagram, do you have any questions out there that you want to ask about HR or business? Now's the time. I'm opening up the floodgate questions for you to ask questions. So I'm looking to see if there's any questions. Let me go through the comments. Some of the comments: I enjoy my job. Yes, I do enjoy what I do. Happy International Women's Day. I have always enjoyed what I do. Great question. Yes, I wish I lived closer to Belinda. So do I, Stacy. Yes, put it out there. Do you have any recommendations for how people can find pleasure in what they do? Absolutely. Yes. My recommendation is this. Oh, wait, you read. Do you have any recommendations on how a person can find what they like to do in the workplace? Is it two different questions? And what? Okay. Do you have any recommendations for how people can find pleasure in what they do and find what they like to do in the workplace? So the beauty of the workplace is that you're getting paid to, do their job, but you also can get paid to learn other skills and get other things. So my suggestion is be willing to try different things. Volunteer to be on different committees, and see if you like it. Now, when you volunteer to be on different committees, don't commit yourself to something like a year project if you know you're not going to like it for a year. But something that's maybe 3 months, give it 3 months. Try different projects or committees to see what you like. Look around and see what other people are doing that you find interesting. And then raise your hand and say, hey, I want to try that. That's how we learn new things. Because if you think about it, we didn't, as children, wake up and be like, gosh, apple pie is good. Or people who like steak. Steak is, as a child, as a baby, you didn't tell your parents, feed me more steak. You tried different things. And then in that trying different things, you said, I like this. I prefer this. So it's the same thing at work. Try different things. If you're able to move around, if you're able to pick up different projects and learn new skills, all it does is you become more of an asset to the company, because not only do you do this one thing that you got hired for, but now you have these other little skills that add up and build to something else. So I would definitely say volunteer to be on committees, to sit on committees, to take additional projects, small projects, because you don't want to overdo, you don't want to overdo yourself, but different projects that you find interesting, and do it and volunteer. If there's something at your job that they don't have yet, maybe that's something that you can say, hey, let's start a newsletter, right? Let's start a newsletter here. I can write the first article, anything. I know every company they should have a bunch of different committees, but there are some that they don't have names of things that they don't have that you can join together, put together. And that can turn into a position for yourself. You can create a position for yourself. I've seen it happen many, many, many times. As one man, he was a supervisor and he liked Excel, and he would always put all these spreadsheets together. Now, for me, it was a bit much, but his supervisor was so impressed, she created a whole new position for him. And all he does now is spreadsheets, which is what he loves to do. He started by doing his work and creating all these spreadsheets. he got so good at it, his supervisor was like, you know what? I'm going to create this position, and that's all you do. So think of things like that. That's outside the box. That was something that wasn't at that agency. So think of something that you can do or add. There's a question here. How long should I stay at a job that I'm not sure if I like? How long I should give it? That's a good question. That's a very good question. So there is no magic number. And I'm going to say this from not the HR hat, because the HR hat will say don't ever leave because we don't like having to hire over and over again. So that's my HR hat. So I'm saying it from, honestly, I'm saying it from to thy own self be true. When you get a job offer, really think about what that job is as much as you can, because you really don't know what it is until you get in there. You really don't know what you're going to be doing until you get in there. But when you get in there and look around, you want to be, at least give it, for me, unless it's a toxic work environment, 90 days to see if this is a good fit or not. That's what because at 90 days, you will probably see a little bit of everything of what's going to be. You know, because that's what we say about new hires. The first 90 days, if an employee is going to not come to work on time, that it's going to start showing in that time. You can present well 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but over 90 days, then you start seeing the true person. So I would say try to give the job at least 90 days, unless you just know it's too far, not a good fit, it's toxic. If you know that up front, then don't give it that time. But if it's you're not sure, you don't know, give it 90 days, because you may look around and say, well, I don't like this, but I do like this. I see y'all have this opening. So I would say give it 90 days. And then if it doesn't work out, you know, you gave it a 90 days willing, open mind try. So that's what I would say. Now my HR hat would say, don't ever quit a job because they need you. That's what my HR hat says. But in reality, that's not true, because we're not trees. We're not trees. We're not stuck at any one place. Any other questions? That was a good question. Those were good questions. Joining a committee at work sometimes opens other opportunities. Absolutely. You can create your own opportunities. You know, you really can at a job. Do your job well. So I always say that too, because if he didn't do his job well, when he started doing his spreadsheets, if he was doing his job poorly, he would have got, maybe you need to calm down on them spreadsheets and focus on your job, because maybe these spreadsheets is a distraction. But because he was able to still do his job well and add the spreadsheets, then the supervisor was able to say, he's really good at these spreadsheets. They keep coming. He seems to really enjoy it. And she was able to create a position. And that's all he does, is create these wonderful spreadsheets as his job. So you can create other possibilities and opportunities within your organization. Okay, those are good questions. Any other questions? Again, we're hiring. Refer a friend. We're hiring in Georgia. I wish we was hiring in other places too, because I don't think any of y'all live in Georgia, except maybe one person on here. So, but we're hiring. Tell your friends. Veterinarian technician position, veterinarian receptionist position, job coach positions, DDP positions, and case management positions. We're hiring for everything. Refer a friend. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. What's a DDP? DDP position is Developmental Disability Professional. That's what it stands for. It's a Georgia terminology. It's similar to a case management position, but it's something different. So the case management position that we're hiring for is different from the DDP. So Developmental Disability Professional position is that's what the DDP stands for. And if you know somebody, or if you're interested, please send me a message. I can let you know what the qualifications are if you know anybody. For 2 of them, you do have to have a bachelor's degree in some type of social work field, but the other ones you don't have to have a bachelor's degree. So veterinarian technician, veterinarian receptionist, job coach position, DDP position, and case manager position we're hiring in Georgia. Thank you all for coming on my live today, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. I'll see you at work. Before you leave, I need you to subscribe. We need more rocket stars to land their dream job. Subscribe.